it's all love on this joint right here, but it's not gonna sound like it when it gets to talking. So nothing's personal. Before we get to talking about this specific topic, I want to get some criteria on what we are even using to compare.
Me too.
So the topic of debate is Kobe versus LeBron. It's a thirsty conversation that like people love to have this conversation every day. But we're gonna get to the bottom of this. We're not gonna just aimlessly go back and forth and tick for tack. First, we want to get this straight. What the fuck are y'all comparing? What are you grading? I got pen. I got a whole list of shit, but I want to hear what y'all got to say. I got the shit ranked.
Well, to me, I think we should judge it based on who's a better winner, and then who you got as a better overall player. That's two different things. You know what I mean?
James, your thought. I like that.
I got yeah. I mean, I'm down with it.
Well,
I mean, I have my own thoughts in general based on.
Speak them joints, James, so we can have clear understanding before we start.
I mean, this debate is just like whoever you feel in the moment. Like, what's your flavor? Like, what's your personality? You know?
It's all opinion. Ain't no fact.
Yeah. So, I mean, if we look at certain criteria, it's like, all right, if we look at it this way, then this person's better. If we look at it this way or that way, then that person.
That's what I want to get it clear. So when we use this same scale next time, we can plug in any player. Ain't no going to be, it's this way for these two, and then it's another 2 ways for this two.
Right.
It's a
so,
scale.
what'd you say?
So I got scoring. I got defense. I got rebounds, assists, winning.
Okay.
You want to put winning?
Yeah.
I got that. Hold on. I'll give you my whole chart. Scoring, defense, dribbling, rebound, passing, IQ, stats award, eye test. You want to see my eyes? Eye test. Level of difficulty, championship ring. The biggest one who had the biggest liability, losing records. I mean, you want regular season, playoff, championship, Olympics.
Let's put it forward.
Go with this.
But
let's put it
I got everything down here.
Let's put in footwork. Yeah.
That's not even why you gonna put in footwork. That's everybody in here knows the answer.
Cool.
Even he who might think LeBron is better know that his footwork is not better than Kobe's.
All right, cool.
Why would I put something I know all of us gonna say?
Nah, because this is just like you said, like plug and play for the next one.
And it's about to get heated. You know, I already came with the notepad, Ron. You already see Jay in my hand, notepad. I hope that man got his backwards rolled.
But that's what I'm asking. I think we got to separate. Once you start adding categories like wins and stuff like that, a lot of that is based on who they, teammate, competition, a lot of stuff.
That's why I disagree with when y'all said winning an overall player.
That's what I'm saying. You got to separate it. I'm fine. I mean, I feel like you can't take away their winning and their accomplishments. You can't do that. So let's give them the respect they deserve by just putting it in a different category.
Yeah, we're gonna give them the wins and their losses. Because there's some losses in there too we're gonna discuss.
Yeah, they all got losses. They both have losses.
Yeah, but the bigger losses. Like a losing record and a such thing as like I'm this guy does this shit to me, son. He ain't even do shit. He just looked at me wrong. Fuck, this nigga be looking at me wrong. I'm telling you, son. Y'all don't understand this nigga, Joe. We go this shit. We will sit here for 2 hours. We have sat here for 2 hours.
Y'all see who's the calm. Y'all see who is the calm person though. Y'all see that right now. I just want to say, I'm nice and calm and cool.
And any motherfucker that gotta tell you what he looked like before the storm. Come on, man. Don't let that nigga say you that bullshit. Look at that nigga after the fucking storm hit his ass. Seriously.
Hey, Ron.
Everybody already know I'm the same. This way gonna be this way after and later on tomorrow.
Hey, Ron.
So can we get some clarification? So look. What are we grading these dudes on? What are we grading these dudes on? Come on, everybody pick something different.
I like everything you said.
I just gotta put check marks. I could put
check them all.
T for Tony. No. T for Tony. When we go down these lists, because I don't want to have an argument back and forth. You want to go down this list? Anything you want to add to this list, and anything you want to take off this list?
It's a good question.
Biggest liabilities, championship rings, level of difficulty, eye test, stats and awards, IQ, passing, rebound.
You want to put level of competition?
I put level of difficulty, and I
Okay.
kind of and that so when that was broad, but level of difficulty was kind of like level of competition, who was played with like more all-stars versus who played with
Sure.
less.
And then like the
Who
rules
won
at
with
the
less?
time.
Yeah.
And like the rules too. So yeah, that makes sense.
How are you going to quantify who has a better IQ? Like that's my question. Some of these things that we're talking about are like like
I would say who
So
makes
a
a
lot
better
of this
basketball
stuff,
player.
a lot of this stuff is opinion. There's no specific measurable that we're trying to create a measurable. So there's no specific measurable that says Michael Jordan is better than Kobe Bryant. There's no measurable that says Jordan is better than
True.
Kobe. So
okay, but like, all right, if we was to say who's a better shooter between like Steph Curry and this player, right? We can all look at people and say Steph is the best shooter that we've ever seen. You know what I'm saying?
Man, no, give me a person. Let's not get into that. Listen, Steph's a great shooter. We know that. But what I'm saying, we're talking about Kobe and LeBron.
But that's what I'm saying. Some of these things is like how you want to quantify. That's all I'm saying.
Well, we'll just
you want to quantify. I mean, look, tell me. We're gonna go down the list, and you can tell me how you feel about that stat, and if it even like if you don't like, I don't have no value for that. Like I don't even care. You feel me?
Like basketball IQ has a lot of value, but not in this argument to me, because how you gonna argue that? Like I'm only trying to argue stuff that we can actually prove or try to prove. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to prove.
Try to prove. You can talk about IQ. I can prove it to you. You need to be proved. I can prove that somebody's IQ is kind of like people think his IQ is all that. Like, ooh, we just pass it open, man. That shit ain't fucking IQ. But anyway, we can.
But that's a part of IQ, though. That's what I'm saying.
Quantified. None of this shit is
but that's what I'm saying.
quantified.
Like passing to an open man is basketball IQ, though. Like that's part of
but passing to a guy who doesn't take the high percentage shot is not. When you're the better scorer, better shooter. So pass to somebody less of you, or asking you to do something that you can't do or do less than you, it's not. That's not successful.
We ready?
This might as well be a Javon and Tony pod.
You already knew it was going to be a Javon and Tony pod. Y'all just fucking narrators and keeping the show that we're mediators. Y'all just making sure nobody fight. Me and Tony got backwards in our hand. Nigga, ain't nobody fighting. This shit is about to be fun.
Correction, you have a backwood in your hand.
You should. I don't know what the fuck wrong with you.
I do edibles.
You got the invite, nigga. What the fuck?
Y'all ready?
All right, let's start it off. Scoring between LeBron James and Kobe Bryant. Who do you guys think is the better scorer? I'm just writing your initials down. Ron, Kobe? It's only 2 votes?
Are y'all kind of score? Are y'all kind of is scoring? Is scoring include shooting as well, or is that a separate category?
To me, it's all together.
Yeah. Who's the better scorer? The better scorer? Not by you, by any means. However you look at it, Tony. Nobody can judge you how you feel. We just want to hear it. I don't think anybody else is debating in their head right now what this shit is. But
Tony is right now.
Oh, other than Tony.
Because because I'm trying to be unbiased. So,
you want me to go?
Yeah, you go ahead.
All right. So look, the easy answer is to say Kobe, right? But then when you look at it, you're like, LeBron's about to be the all-time scorer this year.
That's what I'm about to say. Though.
I know. So there's that, right?
So let me ask you a question. You just talked about statistics. Looking at these players, who's the better scorer?
But even when you said just getting the ball in the hoop, that's why I said the shooting. Because if shooting is a part of it, then it's going to lean toward Kobe. But if we just saying putting the ball in the basket, LeBron is one of the best at just putting
the ball in the basket under 5 feet, then it's LeBron. If we're talking about outside of 12 feet, then it's not LeBron.
That's why I said what I said. Like,
so are you gonna say it's a push?
So I'm saying, answer the question: who's the better scorer? Somebody said the easy answer. It's not a hard answer. It is an easy answer.
But when you add in other factors, it's like
what other factors? Who's the better scorer? You put these motherfuckers in front of you right now. Who's the better scorer?
LeBron's physicality is a thing. It's like
I mean, nobody can stop LeBron when he want to drive to a hole.
So both of y'all saying LeBron, right?
no,
I'm not saying. No, I'm trying to put words in my mouth.
What I'm trying to get is, we got a whole list here, nigga. We got 30 minutes.
I know, but like it's kind of like this thing is what's supposed to be easy for Kobe. It's like, but it's not as easy you think it is. Well, as I thought it was coming into it. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
No, I
agree with you.
I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect if y'all debate the fact that one is better than the other, but why?
Can I say it's a draw? Can I say it's a draw? Because
I can go with that. T. But
Yeah.
Because I can't.
So T, I'm put T on both sides.
And I'm gonna give you an example why it's a draw, right? On Kobe's side, I could say Kobe dropped 81 in the game. That speaks for itself. But LeBron is about to be the all-time scorer, which is what we're talking about. Who's a better scorer? So like,
so the all-time scoring list makes you the better scorer, right?
It can't be discounted. I'm not gonna say
is
that
Karl
alone.
Malone a better scorer than everybody else under him?
We're not talking about Karl Malone.
No, we're talking about a scoring list though. So we brought up the list.
But hear what I said.
I'm not playing.
I hate
not a list.
like I have a personal vendetta against Karl Malone. That's why.
Well,
So I was funny.
Hold up.
It's like
I'll pick somebody else then.
Come on.
Is LeBron a better scorer than Mike?
No.
Is he? But you brought up the list, so the list is complicating everything, but it's not complicating in that.
Well, the reason why I don't complicate it with Mike is because Mike had a complete game to me. So like whatever.
So what is a complete game?
He could shoot the 3 ball. He can attack the basket. He can dunk. But Jordan is better at most of those things than Kobe, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're right. And the closest thing to Jordan is Kobe.
Yeah.
So
Like,
it's
it's
like
similar.
So me personally, I just so y'all know, I hate this argument because we arguing two people that don't even play the same position, that don't even play the same style. One is more Magic, one is more a version of Mike.
Fair.
So why are we arguing this? I agree with you.
It's
What you just
argued
said.
every day. It's argued every day, and we're just going through the shit. You feel me?
Because LeBron and Magic should be compared, just like Kobe and Jordan should be compared. First off, LeBron is he's not a shooting guard. He don't have the same mentality.
And,
he's like a
because you play different positions, your stats are going to be different.
And the mentality is different. The mentality is different as well. When you're a shooting guard, it's attack. Forget the last basket. A point guard, it's their job to run the offense, to get to pass it to the open man. So like,
yeah, but I know
that's what I'm saying.
Guys who attack and score when close games when needed.
Sure.
Scoring, Ron, you James.
I got a tie too.
You got a tie for scoring?
Yeah.
These niggas.
Why? Why do you have a tie for scoring?
Well, like going into it, like I said, like it's easy to just say Kobe, right? Because like when you think of scoring, it's Kobe. But like me and Ann brought up, LeBron's about to be the all-time scorer.
So just because you play for
he's moving up.
Does that mean you're better?
He's moving up on the 3-point list too. It'll be interesting to see who has better 3-point percentage.
Ron, please go.
Can we factor in this though that LeBron had a faster head start than Kobe though?
And longevity.
How LeBron have a?
I'm not talking about
longevity. Longevity that
he
goes
came out of high
in
school.
LeBron's favor.
The ending.
Longevity. Hold on, we can put that there. We already know longevity.
But I'm talking about the beginning. I'm talking about the beginning though, because Kobe didn't have the same type of circumstances of the beginning that LeBron had.
That's facts. Good points, Ron. But
hold on. How was that really a point for Kobe over LeBron when they both came in when he was high school? Because the situation. Hold on. Y'all cutting me off, right?
Go ahead. Let that man speak.
Please let me speak. So I'm asking Ron. He said he had a jump start over LeBron. I'm like, they both came in when he was coming out of high school, and it's not like LeBron came into a great team. And I hold on. Let me finish. Also, when you're looking at Kobe, he came into a Shaq. Shaq was already established as a superstar in the league. You know what I'm saying? There was no superstar that LeBron came in with. So I'm just asking.
Ron.
Hold on. This is LeBron. This is a Ron question. Go ahead, Ron.
Okay. So doesn't that mean the fact that LeBron came in more with the green light that Kobe did not have?
That plays a factor in your stats.
You said that LeBron come in with more of a green light than Kobe?
Yeah.
Yeah, because his play warranted it. Kobe didn't come in starting. His play didn't warrant that he was going to start.
If Kobe was on any other team, he starts. He went to a team where he had two stars already in front of him. So if you take away Kobe, if you take your point is LeBron scoring titles, he's going to be leading this list soon. So that complicates him. Now you can't put Kobe over him because he's about to have this record. Me personally, LeBron is not a better scorer. Like, I don't even know what even the debate is. Why we still stuck on the first one?
All right, let me add one part for you.
Yeah,
LeBron James' career 3-point percentage is 34.6, and Kobe's is 32.9.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron's field goal percentage is 50.5, and Kobe's is 44.7.
You're right. Those are surface level stats. What is Kobe field goal percentage?
Man,
you take away his first. Hold on. What is Kobe first? What is Kobe field goal percentage? You take away his first season and his last season when he's injured. It's way better than LeBron's stats. So Kobe, it's situational that you come to a team that you're the only player. You got the green light. You have all the opportunity to ball. Kobe didn't have that opportunity, so that ruined his first 2 years.
So 2 years is going to make up for 6%.
2 years is going to make up for only 2 points that he's down. And he's averaging 27 to 25. And
I'm saying six whole percentages is going to make up. Like 2 years is going to make up 6 whole percentages.
Since you brought up these stats, let me see how much you really trust in him. You think Bron is a better 3-point shooter than Kobe?
Let's see.
You brought the stats up, bro. Come on, man. It's a quick fucking decision. You brought this fucking bullshit up. Or did you think you brought it up because you brought it up to debate? You brought it up for a reason.
I have a question.
You even think this is called?
I have a question. I have a question.
This is called Unbiased Sports Talk.
Yeah, why is somebody so hostile?
It's like a lot of bias. It's not like a lot of bias on this sports talk.
You asking me for a number.
Hold on.
I'm trying to give you the answer.
Go ahead and go.
I'll give you the answer.
Go ahead and go.
No. Ask the question so I can give you the answer.
Giving me stats. Who is the better scorer? We're still stuck. Tell me.
All right. Looking at the numbers from what I see, I'm going with LeBron.
Got you. So based on numbers, I'm gonna say this. Based on his general statistics, that sounds really good. But how many scoring titles does he have? Who scored on average more higher points scored in a season?
Mm-hmm.
You're the better scorer, but what's your highest game point average?
Yeah,
for a season.
LeBron's not a scorer first.
Because he's not a first person. So that means you're not a better scorer when you're talking about score first.
That does not mean that. That does not mean that.
That goes to what Ed said before.
So you're telling me this point guard is better than this shooting guard at scoring?
That happens.
So time out. I got a question. I got a question for Google Fingers.
Yeah, Google Fingers.
Because that's
don't disrespect me, Ron.
Nah, we don't just Google it. You didn't know it off the top of your head.
I know. But listen,
this isn't some debate every day, so I need to look up something. I can't say nothing blind.
Ron, please, after you go, we're gonna move on because they already voted.
We did. Go ahead, Ron.
But at the same time, I don't understand their logic because
no, you don't have to because you're gonna. This is why we're gonna be here for 45 minutes because you're not gonna understand their fucking logic and they're not gonna understand ours. That's why it's a debate. But if we sit here and debate about every single thing, it's gonna be 45 minutes.
But it's not a debate. You just like I said,
I understand everything that y'all saying. So
right.
Don't say that.
Just go ahead. Ask me, Ron.
Because going back to something y'all said earlier, numbers favor LeBron when it comes to scoring titles over Jordan. And you said Jordan has the more complete game, correct?
No, the numbers don't. Hold on. No, that's completely false. What you just said. The numbers don't support that LeBron. Hold on. Y'all keep cutting me off. You asked me something. Let me respond. The numbers do not. He said something that I did not say. So let me correct what he's saying. The numbers do not support that LeBron is a better scorer than Jordan. That's not true.
Because I didn't finish.
LeBron averaged.
Okay,
go ahead.
Thank you. I'm about to start using my mute powers and everything because I was literally about to say the all time. Y'all were speaking about all time, right? Correct? Mm-hmm. Say yes or no. I don't need no one to respond. Y'all speak about all time. The all time list has LeBron over Michael Jordan and Kobe. Okay. One of y'all two, still talking. But see, you don't want to interrupt you. One of y'all two said the fact that like you would say that Jordan has more of the complete scoring, no matter what those numbers say, correct?
That was versus Kobe.
But Kobe's not too far from Jordan as far as the complete game. So,
Ron, you're switching the players.
We're still talking. People are still talking. So now,
you ask a question and then we ask your response and then we're talking. Go ahead.
So now we're going to say that LeBron has more of a complete game than Kobe. That's the question.
Can I answer the question now or no?
Hey, y'all do know that y'all do know that we have a whole stat for stats and awards, right? Y'all are mix. Hold on, and we're mixing stats with scoring because we don't want to use the awards for scoring. So let me ask y'all a question so we can move forward.
Okay.
So we can have clarity and we can move forward.
Nice.
If we're just talking about who you think is the best scorer, right? If you feel in your mind based on the stats that he's the better scorer, cool. And you can just say because of the stats, I think LeBron is the better scorer.
I'll say that's why I'm conflicted.
Boom. And you're tied.
There we go.
Ron, we can't debate every time they conflicted on something and we don't understand why they conflicted. I can understand why they're conflicted.
I don't understand based on how they started the conversation.
I know, but
that's what I'm saying. If we're talking about the numbers and everything, I get the numbers, but then when you bring another party into the argument, I didn't bring Jordan into the argument. We talk about Kobe and LeBron.
It's not on that. That's not on them. That's I think I brought in Jordan, but
Ron, you left and came back, and then just started going ham.
Yeah,
you got to stay here.
You came back with the violence. That's gonna bring the violence back down a little bit.
Listen, let's
because this shit, I really want to have this joint right here because this is something Tony been bubbling on for a minute. James is here.
It's not.
Bro, you've been talking this LeBron James shit for a minute. I ain't lying.
Yeah, like last time you saw
me, you sound like Rick James. You said, "Nigga, I did." And said, "Yeah, what the fuck? Did you put your feet in a nigga couch or what?"
Continue this debate because y'all getting way animated. We just started.
All right,
go ahead, man.
This whole list, right? I don't want to do every one like this because this shit gonna be continued 5 times.
Yeah.
On this list, it's really 5 things that's really the most important thing when judging a basketball player. We already know it's scoring, defense, rebounds, passing, right?
Yeah.
Those are really the main 3 things, and the main 2 is to score on somebody and to stop them. Scoring and defense are the most important 2. They equate more to wins. Do we all agree? You can have 40 rebounds, doesn't mean you win, but usually scoring at a high clip, you can take over a game. It brings more win shares than rebounds and assists. Do we all agree?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So out of those 4, we're gonna start with those. Scoring, we have Kobe winning because y'all are both a tie on that. And me and Ron went with Kobe. Defense, who you got and why,
Kobe.
please?
Kobe.
Hands down, Kobe's defense.
Yeah. LeBron played 23 more games and got 7,000 more points.
I got LeBron for rebounds.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
I'm gonna give LeBron rebounds, but I got a debate on the rebounds, and I don't want to go that long.
No, it's not like when you got a debate. Like we gonna move it forward.
Yeah,
why?
My only debate is when we talk about Kobe, and I'm not gonna bring anybody else. He is the best rebounding shooting guard.
Okay.
And I think that when it comes to positions, that does factor in, and size does factor in to some of these stats. That's all I got to say.
Okay. That's fair. I understand that.
I said rebounds LeBron.
Yeah, I said LeBron.
Yeah, we all said LeBron, but I understand what you're saying about Kobe.
Passing. And the same thing I just said about rebounds is the same debate I got about passing. Because if you don't understand, if most people don't know that Mike and Kobe are 1 and 2 in rebounding for shooting guards and passing for shooting guards. They could pass if they needed to. They had Brandon won before, and they are both at shooting guard, average the highest rebounds and assists. So that myth that Kobe don't pass, he was a ball hog, but he could pass his ass off, but he wasn't the main facilitator.
My favorite thing from Kobe was like, "Well, I'm gonna pass you the ball. You don't be in the gym working as hard as me. I'm gonna take the shot." So
thank you.
I understand that, but LeBron's just a better passer.
I'm gonna say Kobe.
In my opinion.
The reason why I think
you
most
said
people say LeBron is a better passer
than LeBron?
I don't debate with Ron on that.
Because I think the thing is, I'm gonna throw this person in. I know I was just over here bitching about throwing someone in. They asked Russell Westbrook a question: what's harder, getting rebounds or getting assists, right? And we know that getting assists is harder, right? Mm-hmm. I have to factor in the people in LeBron's whole career, the LeBron that he was passing to. He had the better end of the stick of the people he was passing to versus who Kobe was passing the ball to.
Oh, I get that, but I'm not including assist in my reason for why LeBron's a better passer. The assist part doesn't mean that much to me.
Because so it's not the actual stat.
No, because with assist, it's dependent on the other person actually making the shot. You can throw like between the legs, like through 5 people's legs, like an amazing play, but if they don't make the shot, it don't count. Right?
But I agree. But I'm not bringing that up as a stat either, though. I'm not I'm also bringing that up in the sense of when to properly, when is the right time to pass the ball instead of just passing the ball because you have that significant weapon out there. There's a difference, right? When you are attacking a defense versus you're just sitting out there on the perimeter and you're passing the ball, that doesn't make you say that that's a good pass. Like if the guy is wide open and you pass him the ball, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a good pass. That's just he just passed the ball.
Mm-hmm. But Kobe, my man, but I'm gonna give LeBron the passing. But I think it's more volume. You are going to get more assists because me personally, I think I'm gonna give it on the assist.
So can I ask
they both have given me both fancy passes. I seen Kobe come up, pull up, pass it, dribble passes. But LeBron, he's going to get it because he's the point guard.
So can I ask y'all a question? I'm with y'all logic. I'm with that whole logic y'all said. Now, are y'all going to do y'all use that same logic when y'all account for scoring? Because if Kobe take more shots than LeBron in the season, and his average is higher, do y'all use that same logic? That's all I'm asking.
But his average not high.
I'm asking. I'm saying, do you use the same logic? If that's the case,
no,
if he's shooting more shots, because you just said volume for assists. That's what you just said, right?
The shooting difficulty plays a factor in that too, because if you only taking shots from 3 foot versus a guy who takes the most difficult shots outside of 30, it's a big difference because you can't shoot out. So if you want to talk numbers, if you go look up LeBron's numbers, his field goal percentage is higher. But he's also higher underneath a certain number. Outside of that number, he's like 200%.
But that's not what our debate is.
No. What I'm saying, I know I get what you're saying. What I'm saying is that's a surface stat. What I'm saying, if you break down the number and you really talk about scoring, then you talk about LeBron is probably better in the paint versus Kobe.
I'm with you. I hear exactly what you're saying. I'm only sticking to what you said in the beginning about when it comes to now I lost my train of thought. Volume. When you said volume, you talking about volume, right? If whoever gets when you said LeBron, he probably get more volume. He has the ball more. All I'm talking about is speaking to the logic, because when we talked about scoring, what you said was all you talking about is who could put the ball in the hoop better. That's what we're talking about. Like, so if I got a guy who can, no matter where it's at on the court, because you're right, his percentage is higher, closer to the basket. But if my guy can score at a higher percentage than you, and if he gets more attempts or gets the same amount of attempts than you, his average will be somewhere close, according to your logic. That's all I'm asking. Because according to your logic, the more volume I get, it's more opportunities, right? That's what we're kind of saying. You know, LeBron, he controls the ball more. He has more opportunities to get more assists to facilitate his passing ability.
He also has more volume to score because the ball is in hand more than anybody.
I would.
But hold on. I'm gonna let you around.
So if you want to talk volume, you talk volume, not just volume of shots. No, because if you want to bring volume, we talking volume of shots versus volume of pass, right?
Yeah, shots attempted. Shots attempted.
No. But we're not going to just stick there just because you want to. You brought up volume, but you brought up volume.
No.
Who has the ball more in their hand? more.
It doesn't have, that has nothing to do with who takes
No,
more shots.
no, that's still volume. Because you control the ball. No, don't. No, we're going to talk about volume. It's all, we can't only eliminate volume to just the passing and
but
all
we're talking
that,
about very
it plays a
specific
whole
things.
factor.
You're trying to make, you're trying to bring general, you're trying to make it more general than what I'm saying. I'm being very specific. I'm talking about
I'm being
volume
very specific.
as far as
no, and I'm being very specific. LeBron holds the ball specifically in his hand more than Kobe.
That's not what I asked you, though. That's not even what I asked you. That's what I'm saying. You're trying to bring it.
So what I'm you're asking
all
me
I'm talking about
volume.
is the logic. You know what? Forget
the logic of the volume. I agree with you. So what I'm saying is, when I agree with you and you bring up that point, I'm giving you the devil's advocate of your volume.
Okay.
Because this is what you said.
I want to answer Tony. Can I answer Tony?
Yes.
I want to answer Tony because I get his point about what he said, but I would kind of use it differently, right? When he said, can you use the same logic in the sense of how many shots Kobe takes when it comes to scoring? I would use it a different logic in the sense of this, where can we use the same argument when the team is being dependent on Kobe scoring?
That's why I said there's so much to that.
For what my answer was. My answer about passing basically for LeBron is he's a dependent on certain talent, certain stars on his team.
So you're saying he has to pass?
Answer, huh?
Are you saying he has to pass more? Or what are you saying?
I'm saying it looks like I was having this earlier conversation earlier about top 10 QBs and top 10 wide receivers. One more time for all the audience and everything. You could go comment at the bottom. Most of these top 10 quarterbacks you're talking about have top 10 receivers with them. It takes two to tango, right? I'm using his argument, what he's saying, but I'm just using a little bit different because I agree with him about this, right? Where to this certain extent, right? Like I'm taking credit away from LeBron based on who he's passing to, because it's like, yeah, if I dish it over here and he scores, ultimately that makes me look like the good passer, right? Because I made it right on time and everything, right? I'm using Tony's argument to say, well, can't you say the same thing where people are being dependent on Kobe scoring? And to that notion, I'm like, you know what? He has a good point. Because how many other people on LeBron's team could really go get a bucket? So, and a lot of times, you mean with Kobe's attitude, which we've seen, he especially when he's wearing number 8, he's telling motherfuckers to pass him the ball. So to answer Tony's question, that was a good question, Tony.
Okay.
I'm not denying your question is good or bad. What I'm saying to your question is, if you're talking volume versus on the devil's advocate, is we talking about his shooting versus passing. We can't just limit it to just that if we using volume as the reasoning for one being better than the other. Because volume of who has the ball in their hand versus ball, that situation plays a whole factor. The factor of where you score from, who was being double teamed, that plays a huge factor. But we're not talking about scoring no more. We're not even talking about scoring.
That was good.
No, I know we weren't. What I'm saying is, I'm just trying to make sure that the logic is the same, because a lot of times, I'm not saying you, I'm just saying when people argue things, the same argument that you make, you don't flip it on the other side. So I'm just making sure
you gotta understand. Me and Ron deal with that shit every day.
Oh, I understand. I debate with Ron a lot, so I know
who move the needle every time they want to have an argument and it flips. This ain't no flipping argument. We didn't got to pass rebounds. Did everybody select rebounds and passing?
Yeah.
Ron, you said Kobe.
I say Kobe. When you want me to break it down?
I mean, LeBron got 3,000 more rebounds.
Yeah, I mean, but also, LeBron can go in and play the 4 and the 5. With Kobe's stature, he can't go in there and play the 4 and the 5.
LeBron only played like 20, 23 more games than Kobe. So I know we were like longevity and all that stuff, but Kobe played just as many games as LeBron. As of now.
Okay, so
was that
you basically say you base everything off stats.
No, but it's not always just based on stats, but sometimes when the stats are egregious, you're like, all right, wait, what's going on here? Like, we started off thinking like, yeah, LeBron like played way more games than Kobe, right? But then you look and it's like LeBron only played 23 more games than Kobe. He got like 5,000 or 7,000 more points, and he has about 7,000 more rebounds. It's like,
but we also got
7,000.
But we also got to factor in the different opportunities these guys are coming under too. That's like I'm saying, we can use this same premise.
I lied. It was 3,000. My bad.
Matter of fact, Javon, when we have this running back conversation, keep that same thing up.
No, it's funny because I'm about to give you your point that we always use in a couple seconds. But go ahead.
Yeah, because we gotta factor that in, because it was a joke first and foremost, Mr. James, where if someone, but like prime example, if you went to go look at a kid, right, and you said, oh, he got a 4.2, right, because you look down at the paper, oh, he got a 4.2, but then you got to ask yourself, how the hell did he get that 4.2? Because then you got to look at the film. Now, this is a kid where he's slipping notes in his little Crocs to cheat on answers and stuff. Well, there you go. That's how he got his 4.2. And that's too far-fetched what I'm saying about LeBron. I'm not going to disrespect him like that to say, like, he had the easy life to get buckets of Crocs. I'm not going to say that. But I feel like a lot of times, and this is an everyday conversation I have with Tony, well, not an everyday, but enough, right? Where this is actually a longer than a 45-minute pod, where, like, there's so many different factors of becoming a successful player that cannot always be found on the stat sheet. You feel me? And then especially and for both careers, to be honest with you, like, Kobe had the luxury to come into a Nick Van Exel, to an Eddie Jones and all those other guys, to a Rick Fox. Well, no, he didn't come to Rick Fox. He didn't come to a Phil Jackson. I forgot who the coach was. But anyways, 2 veteran players versus LeBron. You really had to ask the question. I do think LeBron had it harder. You know what I mean? Coming into the NBA compared to Kobe. You mean he was crowned so early, had a way more earlier demand to the NBA compared to Kobe. So if we want to put that in, I would definitely say LeBron. LeBron had the harder journey, especially playing in your hometown. You know how much pressure it is to play in your hometown. Let alone you can't even walk around your hometown no more. You know what I mean?
He had to take Boobie Gibson to the finals.
But see,
just talk about Boobie Gibson. What's the Larry Hughes and Goskins and a Wally Zerbiak on them teams? There was people who made the All-Star on that team. Guess what?
And that was.
So let's get to some other stats. We can talk about some real shit because
Can I ask something?
Those was all surface level joints. Let's go ahead, Tony.
So like this may be extreme what I'm about to say, so don't take it as extreme as I'm saying, but this is the best analogy I could use. Like, what I don't want us to do is like get so nitpicky with it to, like, for instance, say this, right? Are you going to knock Wilt Chamberlain for getting 50 points and scoring 100 points because he's 7'1"?
No.
That's right.
So like when we and another thing I don't like to do, like it's like the argument when we say like he had more talent or he needed talent. It's like everybody needs talent, right? So like we understand that LeBron, because he's a point forward, he had more opportunities to get assists. But like at some point, at least for me, it's like we got to look at it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did they do? You're right. If he had more opportunities, maybe he could have had different numbers and different stats. Or if Kobe, when he came to the Lakers, he would have started like LeBron. But that's not what it was. But he did come when he was 18. So for me, I like to look at it for what it was. You know what I'm saying? Because projecting is cool and we can do all that and we can say, but then like at some point we got to just give them for what they had and what they presented. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to add to what we're talking about. Because I feel like we're kind of distracting. Like, if he didn't have this or if he had this, and it's like, well, what did they have? I
don't want to. I have not debated really too much about the teammates. I'm really talking about them personally and their own skill set.
And then plus also, this ain't just for us. This is for our audience too. Because we got a lot of audience that just that's on one highway. We're trying to get them on take an exit off real quick. Get off this exit. Think about this real quick, right? Because like I said, that was a good question that I wanted to bring back that you asked and everything, right? Where about what I said about LeBron's passing, and then about Kobe. That's a good point. I didn't really think about that.
But that's all I got. Go ahead, Jamal.
Dribbling. And let's stick to the topic and let's not move back to stats.
We said
I
caught James looking down.
No, I was looking at the text. I'm looking at the text, sir.
It's
still working.
Kobe.